Alright guys, I do believe we are live. Yes, I believe we are live now. Yep, and it shows up here. Cool. So hello everyone, it is your boy, the Cozy Cabin Games guy, I guess. I don't even know what to call myself. Anyways, it's been a while. I didn't stream Friday and because I was super wiped out, and honestly I've been kind of wiped out this whole weekend. I almost didn't stream today, but honestly I spent the whole day sleeping. I had to take today as a sick day off. But I woke up, we're feeling better. What's up, Kieran? Let's go. It's good to see you, man. And we're gonna get back to deving because I feel like I've kind of taken a small break, a little vacation from it. So let's get to it. I have some ideas. There's just some stuff I've been doing in the background, and yeah, I started whiteboxing a level here just to get something out on the page. You know, it's important to have something. Here we go. It's important to have something on paper. You know, it's hard to edit something that doesn't exist. So yeah, basic little white box, and there's some things I want to do with that. Maybe make some assets today. Aside from that, I also kind of play with some kind of kinematic implementation things, because I don't know, I had this idea for a new enemy that like behaves like a fish on the ground, something like that. And I was like, oh, what if we make it have like dynamic mesh gen or mesh update, let's say. So you have this fishy like object on the ground moving around, and it moves like the body geometry updates depending on like the momentum. So I don't know, I'm thinking about maybe doing something with that. There's also just the general thing of working on fixing this cast shadows for direct lighting, which is still busted and requires some fixing at some point. So we're gonna be doing something with that. And then there's the general like designing of this level and finishing the white boxing, because I feel I should probably think a little bit more critically about what do we want this level to be, what are the mechanical lessons what we want the player to experience while playing this level. I'm not going to make it, because we're going to have a dedicated tutorial level to kind of ease the player into some of the basic ideas we have in mind. But so it shouldn't be super hand-holdy. There's some things to think about. So yeah, there's that. And I think we're gonna have quite a bit on our plates today as we get back to work on here. I fixed some of the weird issues with the fog as well, where you're getting some weird artifacts. We just kind of, the easiest answer was just to make it really far, the camera draw distance. So yeah, we have fog, it's not as extreme. So we're gonna be dealing with that. And I think I want to start writing some ideas down I have for this level. I think I did remember talking, in fact, let me show some pictures, because we have some basic ideas behind what we want this level to kind of look like visually, and what we're going to be taking inspirations from. If I can go back to the Discord and going to the pictures I have here, because I'm going to be going back to them. Excuse me. Where do I wish to put them? I'll make a folder for this. Yeah, let me save these images there. Oh no. It's saving them as bad format. Let me fix that real quick. Oh, of course. Of course, Discord. You do this to me. W stream, what's up, Doge Brothers? Thank you for the W stream, man. We're getting started. We're gonna find out if it's gonna be a W stream. need a... Let's see how well we get... How well we do in terms of work. You see, I don't want to say this is a WP. I'm trying to show off the images I have here. We'll just do like this for right now. So we have these pictures that I'm kind of using as a... Oh my goodness, dude. 1 second. I'm gonna make this its own thing. Okay, here we go. Rust clips, what's going on? Nostalgia, man. That's what we're going for, man. That's the kind of vibes we're going for. Do I have 2 Chrome tabs open here? Yeah, no, get out of here. Not Chrome tabs, Firefox tabs. Alright. And now I should be able to bring the pictures back to the forefront. Here we go. No, I don't want to delete the attachment. Nice. So, yeah, so this place is called El Morro in Puerto Rico. And these are some pictures I took a while ago. I think I brought it up in the last stream. Oh my goodness, every single time, dude. Every single time you do this to me. And it's kind of what we're using as like a visual base for level 1. This kind of castle thing. But not quite like a traditional European castle. It's a very different thing. So I think besides just general macro level design, I think today we can at least start working on some assets for the triplanar things now that we got that working. This water, because I do want to capture this in some way, we're going to have to... I'm thinking through a shader we're going to write to have this water effect, because we already have like a water type shader in the game. But the thing it lacks is this interaction with objects here. So you notice where the water contacts surfaces, there's like this white, this white coloring due to the splashing and due to the, the collision of water and creating bubbles and all that kind of business. We have to do something like that. I have some videos of this at the very least, so I can use these as a reference for implementing some water physics behavior, or at least the illusion of like some of that water physicality, but we shall see. Everything in due time. But yeah, there's some basic stuff like this wall, this brick wall, the variations of it, some basic grass. Like I think there's quite a lot we can do with that already. So, because white boxing is gonna be a weird thing. I'm thinking we're gonna introduce some. I still want this to feel somewhat obstacle coursey, and I want to add some more verticality to this level. But in exploring this, and I also found some little details that kind of shift how I designed this. So yeah, there's gonna be some for sure iterations upon the ideas I have in mind for this. But in the meantime, it wouldn't hurt to have some assets that look better than just empty blocks, right? What's up, AMR? So yeah, I think we can start. I can start making some basic textures, I think. Either 64 by 64 would be a good starter, and then go from there. Would be a bad place to start. Okay, why are we glitching? Why are we slowing down Ace right? Oh, because I'm holding control, that's why. And we're gonna do it. We're not gonna use any we're not gonna use layers. We're just gonna go straight. Just straightforward. Not gonna worry too much about it. Great environment. Thank you, man. Let's open this image in new tabs. Let's just do this. Let's close all this stuff because I forgot what we're even doing here. We don't need any of these tabs. We can just Stack Overflow. Nah. No. None of this business. None of this business. We're just getting assets here. Just so I can quickly reference this. New tab. Thank you. And I'm going to be referencing this in order to get a feel for the textures. Thank you, Spider Mooney. Also, what's up, Mr. Antisocial? So it's actually kind of particularly dark. So we're gonna have like a couple variants, like one like this, one that's lighter and more brown. And then I'm thinking, yeah, because there's other variations on the rock surfaces here. There's some that are more brown and red, and there's others that are kind of white and pale. And then there's others here that are much more contrasty. They have a bit more variability between white and dark colors. So, sweet. Is lighting good for your eyes? Yeah, it's pretty good for me. It's actually pretty comfortable. Of course, I can always adjust the brightness as need be. But yeah, it's way better than when I used to stream with a camera at my face, because when you have a camera pointing at your face, you have to have lights on your face, and that actually goes into your eyes. These lights aren't attacking my eyes, they're on the screen over there, so it doesn't bother me, thankfully. But yeah, so there's a couple different variants, especially like this over here, because you kind of see like some of the brick revealing itself within the surface here. So yeah, let me start. In fact, can I even, will this work? Do you support this Aseprite? Please tell me you do. Seemingly you do. Yeah, because I want to see like some samples for this color. What kind of color range are we dealing with here? Okay, definitely in the browns and the yellows. So the darker colors are more in the red spectrum. Cool. Let's see if we can eyeball it. Let's see if we can't just eyeball this. Start having some segments, and we're going to do a thing as well. We're going to have tile mode on both axes, so we can have some nice symmetry. That's the cool thing about Aseprite. It's very easy to make tiles in this program. So we're going to start with something like this. And let's start figuring out some additional colors, because there's definitely brighter color tones in this, like more towards the middle. And I think there's some that are much more back here, so I think we can use like 3 color tones. I think that would be apt and good. Yeah, I think this works good for us. And then we're gonna have to have some of the brick. Because the brick in a weird, there's like a layer of this material covering a backdrop of bricks. That's what I'm interpreting from this environment. So there's edges where some of that outer layer is kind of revealing the brick underneath. But then there's like the plaster that continuously covers a number of it. But some of the mortar is still like, some of the outer shell is in between the mortar of the top layer of brick. That seems to make the most sense to me, yeah. Is that a real CRT? Yes, sir. Complete with the green mode. Good old-fashioned CRT. Going to be about? It's about cleaning the world. It's about going to levels and cleaning them. So I don't have anything. Let me put a dirt object in here. Let me show you guys that mechanic at least. Create empty object. Call it stain 1, and then stain shape. And you're gonna be a box. Yep. I think we use the shape of this. Hopefully this works, and there's nothing else I need to do to set up this mechanic. But if I press play, let's find out if she works or not. Yep. So here's the, in fact, let me make sure that games go into, is there any way to make, I know there's a way to do it in Unity, I'm just not sure if my UI is big enough. Yeah, play, focused, and maximized. So yeah, so you have like the stains all over the world, and then you're a cleaner who goes to there and cleans it. So there's a much more substantial version of this game on Newgrounds. Actually, no, there's a prototype of this game on Newgrounds, but that's like really rough and kind of bad in a lot of ways. And we've been spending a lot of time just doing a lot of core system and mechanical restructures. But I think we're doing pretty decent so far. And let's save our texture somewhere too. I have a huge bloated level assets. What is it called? Level assets? Yeah, we're gonna make a new thing. Saving this as a PNG, so I can actually start text. We can actually start placing this in game if we want to. Like I can make a new. If we go to, where are we looking for? What am I looking for? I am looking for. Where's the folders? Should be level assets. There we go. And then we can create a new, or I can just slap it onto an object like this, for example. And then, yeah, it's just going to apply the triplanar material property thing I have set up here. I don't think it's going to use the most optimum setting. Yeah, because right now it's like really small. And this is also very pixely. We want to use the pixel sprite preset. And it should be 64 by 64 because I think that's the default now. So now it's going to look a bit more precise, and then we can modify this material property a little bit more because I think it's going to be too small. It should be like, I think 4. Yeah. So now we can actually go in game and we can like play around with it. It may not be aligned properly, but I'll deal with that later. I think I might just do a shader level fix to that so that I don't have to, yeah, it's like sideways now. That's alright. That's alright. In fact, we could just, oh, do I want to do it here or do I want to do it in the shader? I kind of want to do it in the shader because I feel like this is wrong. I want to deal with shaders the way I normally think about sprites, so we'll just do it in the shader. Yeah. We'll deal with the consequences later. Let me catch up in chat. My bad, guys. Which is bad for eyes. Electrons. Yeah, but it's shielded by the screen, dog. Cute. I love cleaning games. Thank you, Spider. I'm glad you dig it, man. Hopefully, it'll be to your liking. Everything is so tightly packed. You learn to live with it, Hollow. are often weird, but this one's chill. Yeah, we're just working. Keep in mind, I work with Unity, like, as my day job on normal monitors and everything. There's something about using a setup that's super different from my day job that really disconnects it and makes it feel like its own unique thing. All right, so where am I doing the triplanar mapping? So we have, what do we have? We have this vertex calculation, world space position calculation. We do unity object to world, transform position, and then a world UV. World Y project UV. That's for something else though. Yeah, it's for the miasma. That's for the mapping there. Here we go, triplanar UV mapping. And the issues we're encountering are on what axes again? Did I disable the, yeah, there they are. It's on the ZY plane. So we need to flip the ZY plane. ZY plane. So here we go. Okay, so where is the ZY plane? It's gonna be a dot product with a, if we're doing the Z, then it should be aligned to X, this one right here, which means we swap Z and Y, and that should change this so that it's actually oriented upwards now. Let's see. In fact, I don't even have to pause. I could just do this, and yep, it's correct now. Though I believe the Y is flipped, but if I go over here, oh, it's likely going to be the same, isn't it? Or the shadows are going to be blocking it. This side should also be correct. This is the, if that was the YZ plane, this is the YX plane, which means Z, X and Z should be swapped here. If, yeah. So we modify that shader. And perfect. Perfect. Sweet, so now we can keep modifying. Yeah, I need to play around with the camera a little bit more. We're gonna keep modifying this while the game is running, just so we can get a good live feel of how this should look. Oh, what's going on? What's up, Terrell? I made it here. Let's go see you, man. My boy. Are you a second generation Unity employee? What does that mean? Like my parents did Unity? If so, no, that's not the case. We have a winner. What's up, Yomi? How do you code in the monitor so small? I mean, I don't know. Like, usually real estate's not a big issue for me. Most of the state, I mean, keep in mind, I'm modifying code I wrote, so I understand the architecture of everything. So usually what I want to look at is just what I'm modifying directly. There's that, and then there's also the fact that, like, you know, Vim and everything, kind of have things optimized so I can just navigate my code base without having to have like a bunch of windows or tabs or anything. It works pretty good for me. Also, I want to make this feel like there's some drip that happens, because this is exposed to the environment and the elements, so it's only natural that there'd be some like stains due to running water. So let's like define a more general block here. Maybe do some anti-aliasing, a little minor anti-aliasing here and there. But then also, where is the yeah, it's usually around long planes. So here you just probably see a little bit more of like, it's not as apparent over there, but I'm gonna make it a little bit more exaggerated here because I have the power to make such executive decisions. such as this. And I think we're gonna add one additional color here. It's a little bit brighter, more towards yellow. A little bit more saturated as well. That's what I'm thinking. Just have a little pop in certain parts of the... Yeah, I like this so far. This generation's Doom Python. Who says I'm using Python? To be honest, I'm in CPE and I'm still struggling because of the bugs on my code. What's CPE? It's a pirate software meme? Oh, I'm sorry. All this to relax me. I'm glad, man. As a skull and not a stain. Yeah, we're working on it. It's gonna be an iterative process. Also using a low-end laptop for coding. Is there any recommendations for a better running laptop? Like hell, my current laptop is slow and my codes are laggy. How do you like? I guess the question is, what's your budget? Well, first of all, if you're committed to staying in the laptop, or if you want to have a desktop, that's a big question. And then another question is like, what's your budget look like? I'm still using a low-end laptop for coding. Is there any... Okay, yeah. How does someone get into game dev? More specifically, pixel game dev? You just do it, dude. You just start Googling. That's how I started. Like, especially nowadays, like, you have a wellspring of knowledge that is the internet just available to you. With so many resources and so much rich history of like it's crazy how much knowledge is out there and how many side quests or whatever people have gone through to tackle different issues that now we just have the value of witnessing or having that recorded history available to us. But yeah, no, Google, that's gonna be your biggest thing. In fact, that's gonna be how you advance in general in like coding, man. A lot of it's like just pursuing your curiosity and trying to find answers one way or another.